Good evening. Hello. Hello Hugs, hello Nap, hello Circuit, hello Q, and hello Horror if you are still here. Greetings, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Yeah, hello. I'm almost kind of nervous. I feel like I haven't done a stream with my ASMR mic now in quite some time. So the fact that it just randomly... I wasn't even gonna check. I was like, it's probably still not working. And then I just like flicked it on just to see. And then OBS was like, yeah, it's fine. It's working exactly how it was. With no explanation as to why it wasn't. But okay, you know what? I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth, as they say. So yeah, I'm back. So now I can talk over here, and I can talk over here, and I nearly forgot to change my tracking because it's technically like reversed from what I'm used to. But who knows? I don't know how any of this stuff works. Yay! How we doing? It is Thursday. I went to the beach yesterday. We're in a tailwind of a hurricane, and it was so windy and so rainy, and the rain was coming down so hard that it stung my face. It was very refreshing. And then today was like perfectly nice weather, which was just like, wow. Wow, you couldn't have just one day. But we couldn't change the day because obviously my mum had to take the day off work, like in advance. So we went to the beach in awful weather anyway. And you know what? Despite getting wind and rain and everything, it was nice. It was quite quiet. Like obviously if you go to the beach when it's awful weather, there's like, you pretty much get the beach to yourself, so it's nice. But it was a nice break, because obviously I've been kind of like going a little bit crazy trying to prepare for next week. So it was nice to just be like, okay, I'm not gonna worry about it for one day, and then the day after I'm gonna go right back to worrying about it, which I have. I'm about to get... Oh, that's... Please stay safe. Please, honestly, the weather we get here isn't really, like, even when it's a storm, it's never really, like, dangerous, I guess? So, yeah, please stay safe. But yeah, I've been trying to figure out whether this is going to be the last stream I do before the concert, or whether I'm going to have one more stream before the concert. Unsure. I have a lot of like all the final stuff to do. There's some stuff I have to... I'll admit this to you guys. I might end up mentioning it actually during the concert, but due to technological limitations, it looks like I'm going to have to pre-record the dancing parts. It looks like that isn't going to be possible with my current setup. So I have to do all of that in advance, and then somehow get that set up to be synced perfectly with me on stream. And I don't know if that's going to work out or if it's going to end up slightly out of sync, but I guess we'll all find out together. Yeah, it's just that it's already Like, even just with the base programs open, needed to do the full body tracking, it's already, like, super laggy. Like, it's really struggling. So, doing that while also live would be... Can you still do the other? Yeah, so I think, going by the poll results so far, I think what I'm going to do is some of the songs that I've been really, like, practicing for, I'm going to go with full body... I'm going to pre-record the full body tracking. For other songs that don't really have any choreography... Oh, okay, it is very laggy. Like, you can't really tell fully what I'm doing. But I think for some of the songs that don't really have choreography, I will just do those live during the stream anyway. I won't pre-record those, and I'll just use the half body tracking. But you're gonna, for some of the songs, for the ones I've been practicing for, you're gonna have to bear with the bad tracking, the laggy tracking, because I've been working so freaking hard on trying to learn how to dance, and the fact that it doesn't even come across in the tracking annoys me. But if I will be damned if I make it so I don't have like any of that work I did on stream. It just gets to be a... You'll get to compare it in the future when I have more tech that actually captures me better and less laggily. I don't think that's a word. But yeah, oh my god, it's less than a week away. Oh god. Also, I feel like a fake fan now. I was going through my set list, and I'm not going to spoil anything, but there is a idol group that I've known about. It was technically the first idol group I was ever aware of, that I ever really like listened to any of their singles. I didn't realize they were actually a unit that was part of a bigger group that is very well known and popular, and now I feel really stupid, like, thinking that I didn't know that group, because I did. I just didn't. I was only aware of one unit, and I wasn't aware that they were that group. So I feel dumb. I'm a fake idol fan, although I guess that's actually true. Debut anniversary only a week away. Yeah, 6 days. 6. Well, technically 5, but we're gonna go by American time because I am ignoring the fact that it's 2 AM. Oh yeah, how's the volume, by the way? Is the volume... Obviously I haven't used this mic in ages, so... Like, is the music okay? Is, like, the background radiation of my ASMR mic okay? Volume is good? Okay, nice. I'm afraid you will not be getting the ASMR of Daisy. Daisy has now found her forever home. We had a couple come and visit today, and they instantly fell in love with her, and they took her home. So now Daisy has a home, and will not be setting my allergies off. What do you mean, poor Daisy? Yeah. No, I'm really happy that she found a new a home. I'm pretty sure she's going to be well looked after, deprived of beer. I think she'll be fine. I think I'm not a necessity in any cat's life. No, I'm happy. I'm really happy she's found a home. And I don't know, maybe we'll get updates. I don't know if they might get in touch, like, yeah, she's settled in, and you know, that kind of stuff. It'd be nice if they do. I hope they do. Anyway. Book. Reading stream. we are continuing with 1984. The fact that I've switched back to my ASMR mic is now gonna make the fact me trying to compile this into one video slightly weird, because it's gonna be like chapter 1, chapter 2, normal mic, chapter 3 onwards. Wow, I'm moving, I'm schmoving. You can hear the page turning again. Because that's obviously the most important part of reading streams. Not actually here for the reading, we just want... Yes! Yes! Perfect. Ugh. Sorry, I'm adjusting myself in my seat so I can sit up straight. I'm looking at men's fashion in 2023. I think we just went full... Oh yeah, women's fashion is the same, I think. Women's fashion is some... Oh wait, I forgot. Wait, I forgot. When I turn the page, I'm supposed to... What is it? Is it this one? Yeah! Yeah, there we go. Ooh. Network going wonky. Oh god, is that... I'm guessing that's the tropical storm causing that. Okay, thank you for coming in, and yeah, try to stay safe. Make sure you've got plenty of water and food and light and charge on all your devices. Stay safe. I don't really know how severe tropical storms are, but I feel like I do hear about them causing issues. I am unsure. You know, I live in the UK. Tropical storms. That's not really... There is nothing tropical here. Not even a little bit. Not even a tiny bit. But yeah, no, the fashion is going a full circle. I also hate it. Personally, I prefer fashion looking like I'm from like a vampire from the 1600s. Actually, I'm not historically accurate dress though. It's just vaguely makes me look like a vampire fashion, which is all you really need, really, when you look like me, and everyone already thinks I'm a vampire. Men's vampire. Some of it can be. You have to go orgy style now. That's for women, anyways. No, I think you can balance. I think you can balance men's vampiric and not go a more feminine route. Just say chuny. Okay, that too. But chuny wasn't a thing anyone knew about growing up for me. I was just always, like, all my classmates always just thought I was a vampire. A vampire or an emo, or both. And I'm neither. Anyway, we will begin reading for the night. I feel like last time I was taking a look at the chapter length and we might manage 2 in one stream, but I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But no. Men can look vampirish and masculine. And I know this for a fact. Because my dad... my dad also gets accused of being a vampire and dressing like a vampire. And he's very conscious of nothing he wears looks OG style or feminine. Why do I look like a vampire? Why do all my family look like vampires? How has this happened? They say, while also not going out in the sun, not liking garlic. Well, I can't be a vampire, or else my own bauble would cause issues for me because it's got a cross on it, right? And I've been inside churches. I went to a school that specifically was like a school with a church attached. Would have been big trouble if I had been a vampire. Anyway, let's make sure the music will not screw up midstream. Okay, should be fine. Alright. So, as usual, I will respond to anything in chat after I finish the end of the chapter. It's like, okay, you're literally just British. Okay, real, true. Vampires do. They do. I don't mind. I don't mind too much. But sometimes it's just kind of like, man, you have no idea how many times I've heard jokes in my life. Like, I think if I had a pound for every, no, if I had $1 for every time that someone said I was a vampire, man, I'd be able to get on the housing market. Also, yeah, that's true. I wouldn't want to look like a werewolf, because that's just hairy. I don't know what else. I don't know what other creeps. Some people like looking like mermaids, I guess. Not really my thing. Anyway. Hugs, how are you? So many different oh my god, I need to start keeping track of all the different creatures and attributes you've claimed to have and be, and I have concerns. How have you managed any of this? I will catch up with everything that is said in chat after I reach the end of the chapter. If you need to go get some food, get a drink, get some sleep, please feel free to. If you're busy with work or with studying or anything like that, I do hope it goes well and with as little stress as possible and you get everything done that you need to. Other than that, let us begin. Oh, and let me know if I need to adjust the volume anytime. Chapter 3. Winston was dreaming of his mother. He must, he thought, have been 10 or 11 years old when his mother had disappeared. She was a tall, statuesque, rather silent woman with slow movements and magnificent fair hair. His father he remembered more vaguely as dark and thin, dressed always in neat dark clothes. Winston remembered especially the very thin soles of his father's shoes, and wearing spectacles. The two of them must evidently have been swallowed up in one of the first great purges of the 50s. At this moment his mother was sitting in some place deep down beneath him, with his young sister in her arms. He did not remember his sister at all, except as a tiny, feeble baby, always silent, with large, watchful eyes. Both of them were looking up at him. They were down in some subterranean place, the bottom of a well, for instance, or a very deep grave, but it was a place which, already far below him, was itself moving downwards. They were in the saloon of a sinking ship, looking up at him through the darkening water. There was still air in the saloon. They could still see him and he them, but all the while they were sinking down, down into the green waters which in another moment must hide them from sight forever. He was out in the light and air, while they were being sucked down to death, and they were down there because he was up here. He knew it, and they knew it, and he could see the knowledge in their faces. There was no reproach either in their faces or in their hearts, only the knowledge that they must die in order that he might remain alive, and that this was a part of the unavoidable order of things. He could not remember what had happened, but he knew in his dream that in some way the lives of his mother and his sister had been sacrificed to his own. It was one of those dreams which, while retaining the characteristic dream scenery, are a continuation of one's intellectual life, and in which one becomes aware of facts and ideas which still seem new and valuable once one is awake. The thing that now suddenly struck Winston was that his mother's death, nearly 30 years ago, had been tragic and sorrowful in a way that was no longer possible. Tragedy, he perceived, belonged to the ancient time, to a time when there was still privacy, love, and friendship, and when the members of a family stood by one another, without needing to know the reason. His mother's memory tore at his heart because she had died loving him, when he was too young and selfish to love her in return, because somehow, he did not remember how, she had sacrificed herself to a conception of loyalty that was private and unalterable. Such things, he saw, could not happen today. Today there were fear, hatred, and pain, but no dignity of emotion, no deep or complex sorrows. All this he seemed to see in the large eyes of his mother and his sister, looking up at him through the green water, hundreds of fathoms down and still sinking. Suddenly he was standing on short springy turf on a summer evening when the slanting rays of the sun gilded the ground. The landscape that he was looking at recurred so often in his dreams that he was never fully certain whether or not he had seen it in the real world. In his waking thoughts he called it the Golden Country. It was an old rabbit-bitten pasture, with a foot track wandering across it and a molehill here and there. In the ragged hedge on the opposite side of the field, the boughs of an elm tree were swaying very faintly in the breeze, their leaves just stirring in dense masses like women's hair. Somewhere near at hand, though out of sight, there was a clear, slow-moving stream where dace was swimming in the pools under the willow trees. The girl with dark hair was coming towards him across the field. With what seemed a single movement, she tore off her clothes and flung them disdainfully aside. Her body was white and smooth, but it aroused no desire in him. Indeed, he barely looked at it. What overwhelmed him in that instant was admiration for the gesture with which she had thrown her clothes aside. With its grace and carelessness, it seemed to annihilate a whole culture, a whole system of thought, as though Big Brother and the party and the thought police could all be swept into nothingness by the single splendid movement of the arm. That too was a gesture belonging to the ancient time. Winston woke up with the word Shakespeare on his lips. The telescreen was giving forth an ear-splitting whistle which continued on the same note for 30 seconds. It was 07:15, getting up time for office workers. Winston wrenched his body out of bed, naked, for a member of the outer party received only 3,000 clothing coupons annually, and a suit of pajamas was 600, and seized a dingy singlet and a pair of shorts that were lying across a chair. The physical jerks would begin in 3 minutes. The next moment he was doubled up by a violent coughing fit, which nearly always attacked him soon after waking up. It emptied his lungs so completely that he could only begin breathing again by laying on his back and taking a series of deep gasps. His veins had swelled with the effort of the cough, and the varicose ulcer had started itching. 30 to 40 group, yapped a piercing female voice. 30 to 40 group, take your places please. 30s to 40s. Winston sprang to attention in front of the telescreen, upon which the image of a youngish woman, scrawny but muscular, dressed in tunic and gym shoes, had already appeared. Arms bending and stretching, she rapped out. Take your time by me. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on, comrades, put a bit of life into it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The pain of the coughing fit had not quite driven out of Winston's mind the impression made by his dream, and the rhythmic movements of the exercise restored it somewhat. As he mechanically shot his arms back and forth, wearing on his face the look of grim enjoyment which was considered proper during the physical jerks, he was struggling to think of a way backwards into the dim period of his early childhood. It was extraordinarily difficult. Beyond the late 50s, everything faded. When there were no external records that you could refer to, Even the outline of your own life lost its sharpness. You remembered huge events which had probably not happened. You remembered the detail of incidents without being able to recapture their atmosphere, and there were long blank periods to which you could assign nothing. Everything had been different then. Even the names of countries and their shapes on the map had been different. Airstrip 1, for instance, had not been so called in those days. It had been called England or Britain, though London, he felt fairly certain, had always been called London. Winston could not definitely remember a time when his country had not been at war, but it was evident that there had been a fairly long interval of peace during his childhood, because one of his early memories was of an air raid which appeared to take everyone by surprise. Perhaps it was the time when the atomic bomb had fallen on Colchester. He did not remember the raid itself, but he did remember his father's hand clutching his own as they hurried down, down, down into some place deep in the earth, round and round a spiral staircase which rang under his feet, and which finally so wearied his legs that he began whimpering and they had to stop to rest. His mother, in her slow, dreamy way, was following a long way behind them. She was carrying his baby sister, or perhaps it was only a bundle of blankets that she had been carrying. He was not certain whether his sister had been born then. Finally they had emerged into a noisy, crowded place, which he had realized to be a tube station. There were other people sitting over the stone-flagged floor, and more people, packed tightly together, were sitting on metal bunks, one above the other. Winston and his mother and father found themselves a place on the floor, and near them an old man and an old woman were sitting side by side on a bunk. The old man had a decent dark suit, and a black cloth cap pushed back from very white hair. His face was scarlet, and his eyes were blue and full of tears. He reeked of gin. It seemed to breathe out of his skin in place of sweat, and one could have fancied that the tears welling from his eyes were pure gin. But though slightly drunk, he was also suffering under some grief that was genuine and unbearable. In his childish way, Winston grasped that some terrible thing, something that was beyond forgiveness and could never be remedied, had just happened. It also seemed to him that he knew what it was. Someone whom the old man loved, a little granddaughter perhaps, had been killed. Every few minutes the old man kept repeating, "We didn't ought to have trusted 'em. I'd said so, Ma, didn't I? That's what come of trusted 'em. I said so all along. We didn't ought to have trusted the buggers." But which buggers they didn't ought to have trusted Winston could not now remember. Since about that time, war had been literally continuous. Though strictly speaking, it had not always been the same war. For several months during his childhood, there had been confused street fighting in London itself, some of which he remembered vividly. But to trace out the history of the whole period, to say who was fighting whom at any given moment, would have been utterly impossible, since no written record and no spoken word ever made mention of any other alignment than the existing one. At this moment, for example, in 1984, if it was 1984, Oceania was at war with Eurasia and in alliance with East Asia. In no public or private utterance was it ever admitted that the three powers had at any time been grouped along different lines. Actually, as Winston well knew, it was only 4 years since Oceania had been at war with East Asia and in alliance with Eurasia. But that was merely a piece of furtive knowledge, which he happened to possess because his memory was not satisfactorily under control. Officially, the change of partners had never happened. Oceania was at war with Eurasia, therefore Oceania had always been at war with Eurasia. The enemy of the moment was always represented absolute evil, and it followed that any past or future agreement with him was impossible. The frightening thing, he reflected for the 10,000th time as he forced his shoulders painfully backwards, with hands on hips, they were gyrating their bodies from the waist, an exercise that was supposed to be good for the back muscles. The frightening thing was that it might all be true. If the party could thrust its hand into the past and say of this or that event, it never happened, that, surely, was more terrifying than mere torture and death. The party said that Oceania had never been in alliance with Eurasia. He, Winston Smith, knew that Oceania had been in an alliance with Eurasia as short a time as 4 years ago. But where did that knowledge exist? Only in his own consciousness, which in any case must soon be annihilated. And if all others accepted the lie which the party imposed, if all records told the same tale, then the lie passed into history and became the truth. Who controls the past, ran the party slogan, controls the future. Who controls the present, controls the past. And yet the past, though of its nature alterable, had never been altered. Whatever was true now was true from everlasting to everlasting. It was quite simple. All that was needed was an unending series of victories over your own memory. Reality control, they called it. In newspeak, doublethink. "Stand easy," barked the instructress, a little more genially. Winston sank his arms to his sides and slowly refilled his lungs with air. His mind slid away into the labyrinth world of doublethink. To know and to not know, to be conscious of complete truthfulness while telling carefully constructed lies, to hold simultaneously two opinions which cancelled out, knowing them to be contradictory and believing in both of them, to use logic against logic, to repudiate morality while laying claim to it, to believe that democracy was impossible and that the party was the guardian of democracy, to forget whatever it was necessary to forget, then to draw it back into memory again at the moment when it was needed, and then promptly to forget it all again, and above all, to apply the same process to the process itself. That was the ultimate subtlety. Consciously to induce unconsciousness, and then, once again, to become unconscious of the act of his hypnosis that you had just performed. Even to understand the word doublethink involved the use of doublethink. The instructress had called them to attention again. "And now let's see which of us can touch our toes," she said enthusiastically. "Right over from the hips, please, comrades. 1, 2, 1, 2. Winston loathed this exercise, which sent shooting pains all the way from his heels to his buttocks, and often ended by bringing on another coughing fit. The half-pleasant quality went out of his meditations. The past, he reflected, had not merely been altered. It had been actually destroyed. For how could you establish even the most obvious fact when there existed no record outside of your own memory? He tried to remember in what year he had first heard mention of Big Brother. He thought it must have been sometime in the 60s, but it was impossible to be certain. In the party's histories, of course, Big Brother figured as the leader and guardian of the revolution since its very earliest days. His exploits had been gradually pushed backwards in time until already they extended into the fabulous world of the 40s and the 30s, when the capitalists in their strange cylindrical hats still strode through the streets of London in great gleaming motor cars or horse carriages with glass sides. There was no knowing how much of this legend was true, and how much was invented. Winston could not even remember at all what date the party itself had come into existence. He did not believe he had ever heard the word Ingsoc before 1960, but it was possible that in its old speak form, English socialism, that is to say, it had been current earlier. Everything melted into mist. Sometimes, indeed, you could put a finger on a definite lie. It was not true, for example, as it was claimed in the party history books, that the party had invented aeroplanes. He remembered aeroplanes since his earliest childhood. But you could prove nothing. There was never any evidence. Just once in his whole life, he had held in his hands unmistakable documentary proof of the falsification of a historical fact. And on that occasion, "Smith!" screamed the shrewish voice from the telescreen. 6079 Smith W. Yes, you. Bend lower, please. You can do better than that. You're not trying. Lower, please. That's better, comrade? Now stand at ease, the whole squad, and watch me. A sudden hot sweat had broken out all over Winston's body. His face remained completely inscrutable. Never show dismay, never show resentment. A single flicker of the eyes could give you away. He stood watching while the instructress raised her arms above her head, and, one could not say gracefully, but with remarkable neatness and efficiency, bent over and tucked the first joint of her fingers under her toes. There, comrades, that's how I want to see you doing it. Watch me again. I'm 39 and I've had 4 children. Now look. She bent over again. You see, my knees aren't bent. You can all do it if you want to, she added as she straightened herself up. Anyone under 45 is perfectly capable of touching his toes. We don't all have the privilege of fighting in the front line, but at least we can all stay fit. Remember our boys on the Malabar front, and the sailors in the floating fortresses. Just think what they have to put up with. Now try again. It's better, comrade. It's much better, she added encouragingly as Winston, with a violent lunge, succeeded in touching his toes with his knees unbent for the first time in several years. What do you mean, as an American, you're proud for me being able to say tube? Not all British people pronounce a T as a CH. But you can still do it? Of course I can. I've always done it. Hello, Pluvium. Hello, hello. Despite your disadvantage, my accent has never... I've never pronounced... Well, in some cases where a word can flow more smoothly with a ch sound, then it can be used. Tuber is just British speak. You've said tuber before. That's because of people just using the term tuber, not actually. Whenever I say VTuber, I say VTuber. Whenever I say the full word, along with YouTube and whatnot, being understandable at all as a I have, compared to a lot of British people, I don't have a strong regional accent. I still have a regional accent, but no, I'm missing a lot of the things that people like tend to go to when they think of like British accents, like the ch sounds, like the missing T's, like all that kind of stuff. I was raised to speak properly. See? You could have said... Oh, God. No, I actually went to speech therapy to get rid of... So I was partially deaf when I was a kid. I had a lot of ear infections. And so I was partially deaf and my speech was delayed. And so a lot of the time, instead of things and... and just, you know, anything with a TH sound, I would use an F. But I went to speech therapy and fixed that, along with a few other things that actually, you know, made it so I learned how to speak. But yeah, no, I think I've mentioned it before in the past that I used to be hard of hearing, but it was that I had a surgery that fixed most of it. Now I only get ear issues occasionally. But yeah. That's why I want to learn sign language so bad, but learning sign language is so inaccessible and so expensive. And now you speak well enough to have people listen to you read. Yeah, I I actually am very surprised. I feel like my reading has improved while streaming as well. I remember actually, I have this very specific memory. So in the UK, you could go, when I was in school, we went on a school trip, and it was a recreation of what times were like for children in the Victorian ages and a Victorian school. Obviously, in the Victorian ages, schools were very strict, very harsh, very, God, I'm remembering more memories now. Like, if you messed up, you would get a cane to the palms of your hands and stuff like that. And I remember we were asked to read poetry in this mock Victorian class with this very scary lady dressed up as a Victorian teacher, and I remember trying to read. I volunteered. I was like, yeah, I can read, and I ended up skipping a line, and I was like, in that moment, I was like, oh my god, because I think I confused everyone, because I just literally, my eyes just skipped right over it, and I was like, oh no, I'm gonna die. But she was like, no, you did fine, you just missed a line, please fix that in the future. I was like, yes I will. And someone who tried to read out like we're recording once and messed up every line for like 10 minutes. I think it is a practiced thing. She pulled out the flint. It's actually, the thing I remembered while I was telling that story is that we did have some kids in my class who were, typical, like 10-year-old boys, misbehaving. And so one of them, his name, is it not? Nah. Let's call him Jay. He always was getting in trouble in school normally, and so he got in trouble with this mock Victorian teacher, and so she took him out of the classroom holding the cane, and we were all like, oh my god, she's actually, and I remember we all like went completely silent listening. And we heard whispering, and then we heard like a crack sound. And then very delayed, like 5 seconds later, like, I want you to imagine what it sounds like when a 10-year-old boy tries to do like Homer Simpson's dolt sound. Like, clearly she had just whispered to him, like she was gonna like hit some things to make it sound like, he'd been hit across the palms, and he had to like fake being hit, be like, ah! But instead he just did a very delayed Homer Simpson doll, and we all just give that kid a prize for acting. Yeah, real professional. I'm sure he's gone places now. That's what I remember most vividly of that trip. I think it was a lot. It was like it was a whole day of like going around like recreations of like British slums and just like what it was like growing up, like in various different situations, and what the death rate for children was like, because obviously like there was a lot of illness and not very many hospitals, and if you did get a hospital, that did cost money. Wow. That was a long time ago. That was a very long time ago. Jesus. But no, it just reminded me of that. But no, hospitals costing money, imagine. Yeah, I mean, what kind of... There's no one who still basically acts like we're still in the 1800s, right? Sorry, that was a low blow. I just couldn't help myself. But I've always... Regarding reading... 1984 reminded you of British school? How good? Yeah, so it's almost like it's set in Britain. Wild. What was I saying? Yeah, back when I was a kid, I actually used to be very good at reading. Like, I used to read all the time. I remember the first time I ever pulled an all-nighter. I didn't have a PC. I didn't have a PC, so instead I was awake all night reading some kind of, oh god, can I remember the author? Edith? Writer. No. Maybe? No. No, I don't know. I can't remember. It was all these books that my mum had when she was a kid and I inherited them. And that was the very first time I stayed up the entire night. It was the beginning of the end. But I used to just literally tear through books. I had bookshelves, just stacks of books. I remember I used to be the kind of person that got shocked when people told me that they didn't read. I was like, what? What do you mean you don't read? Like, what do you mean? Like, have you not read, like anything? Like, I went to college with someone that was like that. And I just remember being so shocked. I was standing outside of a Waterstones, which is like our main bookstore in the UK. And I was like, oh my god! It's really easy, just read. And then this weird, funny thing happened. In less than a year, my brain stopped working. And I lost the ability to. I didn't read a book for years. To be honest, I pretty much stopped reading completely, basically until I started doing these reading streams again. I think I had read like a couple of books, like in the 8 or 9 years since then, but like nothing like I used to. Typical college experience. It wasn't even that, like, I wasn't forced to read for college, so it's not like I burnt out. It's just that visual novels count as books. When I was young, no, I actually don't play that one. I really need to sit down and go through like all of Umanica one day. So I guess there's like a couple things I read during that time, but before, when I was 16 and before that, I used to just read so much books, fanfics, original writing on the internet, zines, visual novels, like anything I could get my hands on. I would be absolutely. Does Homestuck count as a book? It does have a lot of words. It does have a lot of words. Higurashi Part 2 when? I can't promise anything. I still have the intentions. I still want to do it. Kind of comic, kind of a book, kind of a game. It's very much a multimedia. But I think it's just a it's a multimedia webcomic. I do own it. I do own some of it in actual comic form, though. I have a couple of the actual, like, real print Homestuck books. Cobook has informed me it's technically the longest work of fiction in the English language. I think it is. I think I also heard about that. Like, because was it the Iliad or the Odyssey or something? And Homestuck is actually longer than that. Although, do they even count as English? Because I can't imagine English is the original language that they were written in. So I don't know. Might as well start. Oh yeah, no, I would. You leave it as a single stream twice. I would probably want to start again. The thing is about visual novels, and the thing is about having watched the anime, is that I want to do character voices, but it's just so cringe, I die instantly. Like, I think about it and I immediately receive psychic damage. But then, like, just reading it, because obviously it's so dialogue heavy at times, and even like the non-spoken dialogue is a lot of Keiichi's inner monologue. So to then not do any voices at all feels kind of weird. I don't know. You should have walked up to that person that told you they don't read, handed them the hamster books, and told them to get started. Get Havoc and space to read some of the characters. It is kind of that is something that I did think about, like to do it collaboratively. Isn't there a version with voices? What, of Higurashi? I mean, I don't know if the visual novel's got a voiced version, but I would imagine it's in Japanese, if there is. I didn't think there was a voiced version. Is there? I don't know. I might end up watching Higurashi again though at some point, because I was telling my mum about it. I can't remember what the context was that I was telling my mum about it. I think it's because of the... no, because the time loop stuff came afterwards. Watch along? A Japanese voice version, I think? Huh. I don't know anything about that. I mean, although for a reading stream that wouldn't really particularly work because, you know, most of us can't understand Japanese. Me included. Watch along? I'll sit down and watch all of Higurashi. Maybe. I wanted to watch that Gundam short thing, but my head is just... Bros, I'm so burnt out, help. I'm so tired. War in the Pocket. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, War in the Pocket. I have it still saved somewhere for me to find in the future. But there's like loads of things that I would want to watch as like a watch along, but then I'm just like, oh, I don't know what time would be good. I don't know. Like I even did a poll and then I just never went any oh god, I'm such a flaky streamer. It's actually, wait, is it actually Christmas themed? I can't promise anything, because I would feel bad if then I didn't manage to. But I will say that I would like to try. And I will try and make a conscious effort to organize something. Watch along travel crafting, reading, karaoke stream one. Won't change your mind on any plans, you can always take a formal break. Yeah, I know. Sometimes I think about it, but also... I think I mentioned this. I love streaming. Even if I'm burnt out, even if I'm tired, even if streaming feels really hard sometimes, I still love it. I still love streaming more than anything. I love... Once I manage to hit that go live button, once I manage to get everything set up and go, I don't want to end stream. I don't want to stop. But for me, there's like a brick wall a lot of the time at the moment. I just stream forever. I want to. I really do. So, even if I intended on taking a formal break, I don't think I would. I just don't think I could stop myself from doing streams. What's the longest continuous stream you've ever done? 20 hours. I did a 20-hour stream. I disagree with... I know this might be a hot take. Red Cat bad one. I don't like the idea of sleeping on stream. I do not like the idea of sleeping on stream. I don't like it when other people sleep on stream. I don't want to sleep on stream. I think... it leaves a bad taste in my mouth. If a tuber watches this and they do that kind of stuff, you know, more power to you. If your audience is okay with that, but I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't think you even could. With my insomnia, it'd be really hard to sleep on stream, because I would have to keep the mic unmuted, because I feel like I'd just keep on being like, Hey guys, I'm not asleep yet. Hey guys. I'm still awake. Help. Take a hiatus to recharge. Well, that's the thing. I've kind of been doing that. I know I've still been streaming at like my technically like all the streams I have done have been at the times that I would usually stream. But I haven't been making schedules or anything. Which I have feelings about, but yeah, no, I can't do anything. I'm at the mercy of my brain. Turns out the one thing that would help you sleep? Oh, God, no. I'm not gonna find out. Oh, also regarding an alt account, I would feel... What's the right way to put it? Like, I feel like I wouldn't be able to hide it because I would feel like I would be risking people feeling like they've been left out if they didn't then learn about the alt account. Like, obviously I wouldn't intentionally like want to leave anyone out, but yeah, I don't know, it's... Yeah. Nah. Just leave people out? Yeah, I'm gonna start streaming and no one's gonna know my alt account. I'm gonna be a real zero view. I'm literally not gonna tell anyone. No tags. No title. No category. No, I'm not going to do that, probably. No, I will find it. You know what? If anyone could, I feel like you would, since you did find all those people while you were searching for corpse. But no, search. Okay, there's no alt. Stop. Don't start searching now. I'm not streaming anywhere else. It's just the only places I'm streaming are my Twitch account and this account. So no, don't start hunting. Sometimes it is tempting though. Sometimes I do think about not reincarnating, but just sometimes wait, who? What? Who is... Oh, it's Purity backwards. Like, I was like, YouTube, it up? YouTube? No, that's my name backwards, okay. Can you tell that it's 3 AM? I tracked down 58 Tumblr. Oh god, I would never go live on Tumblr. Have you ever read their TOS on that as well? They're like, we will steal all your data. They're like, yeah, fuck your data. We are eating it. Our data. We're going to sell it for so much frickin' money. But no, sometimes I will admit I have thought about starting to stream on a different account. Sometimes, because I think I've mentioned it before, where sometimes I worry that like chat is too busy and I can't like keep up with everything. And then I kind of get locked between these feelings like, am I sabotaging myself? And then I end up with like this whole thought loop. Oh god, I'm so sorry to be inviting you on the wild ride that is my brain and the thoughts I've been having about all this kind of stuff. I ignore chat. No, I don't like... This is... The thing is, you have to understand about me and streaming and you guys chatting is that this is the majority of all the socialization I do with anyone. Before I streamed, I would go 3-4 months without saying a single word to anyone apart from like my family. I just didn't, not even online. Like I wouldn't even talk to friends. Like people I've known, like Havoc, for 10 years, they were just, I didn't talk to them. Sometimes for even over a year. I'm not streaming is my socializing. Maybe that I'm a distinguished artist. I've been talking in 100 to 200 YouTuber chats more often. They still notice me regularly. Huh. Don't think anyone has a problem with your attention in chat. I worry about it sometimes though. The thing is that it gets me the most, I think, is so obviously I do manage to read the majority of what everyone says in chat, but obviously the speed of the thoughts in my head can go a lot faster than the speed of the words coming out of my mouth. So sometimes I can respond to things in my head without responding to them out loud. And then what will happen is I'll check the VOD or something, and then I'll look at the comment again, and I'll be like, I didn't reply. I didn't say anything. Oh god. That always gets me. That always gets me the worst, I think. I like Havoc. Havoc is cool. Havoc has been my friend for a long time. Ignored by Puri for a year. I go through phases where I just, yeah, I do think it is normal to some extent, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like I do isolate myself sometimes a bit. Well, I did isolate myself a bit too much. Now that I do streaming, people can just come here and be like, hey, Puri, what the fuck? And I'll be like, ah, sorry. Volunteer? No. You can't volunteer to be ignored. That's not how it works. Focus on responding to things that are interesting, provoke discussions, or fool that out. Ignoring a message is a mistake. It's just needing an overdose IRL. I don't feel like I do reply to absolutely, like, everything. Like, if something's the end of a conversation, if something's like just a final response to me, I don't feel like I respond to that. Maybe? I don't know. Just Hey, listen, so I didn't reply on stream, but listen. No, that feels awkward. What if they just said it offhand and then they didn't even remember that they said it, and so my response, they're just like, what? You okay? And I'm like, no. I've never been okay. Thanks for asking. I abandoned on Pluvium. I volunteered or DM'd about comments you missed up to 5 months ago. I thought you were just volunteering to be ignored. That's like the stark opposite. No. I just hope it's something I can improve with and over time. It's just one of those things that you do have to kind of learn to balance. Because you can't reply to absolutely everything. Because if you do try and reply to absolutely everything, then you'll end up like super far back in chat, and then you'll forget like context for things people say in the current chat, and then when you catch up, will no longer understand what they're talking about, and so you'll go, sorry, what was that about? And then you end up in a loop of a conversation, because then they'll try and like reiterate what they said. Oh god, what a mess. I have to keep up, have to be fast. 2 years ago, no going back. Oh, you clearly thought about this. What can I say? I've been overthinking kind of a lot. Like, when I'm not sleeping, I'm just thinking about all the possibilities and consequences and potential outcomes and just everything. My brain, it won't empty. That's why I can't meditate. I specifically got a meditation game, and it was like I think I already mentioned this, but I got a meditation game, and the way it worked was like, okay, sit down, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, close your eyes, and click your mouse every time a thought passes by. Don't hold on to that thought. Don't resist the thought. Just watch it go by. But every time a thought goes by, click the mouse. Tap, 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 tap. Literally, it was like, it gives you a number. It's like, right, okay, meditate for 10 minutes. And then it tells you like how many thoughts you had during that time, and it's like, yeah, I got a lot of them. Got a lot of thoughts. I really need to stop that. I think that's called anxiety. I mean, yes. And this is my medicated anxiety. Maybe that just means you need to run it. How long you need. If I tried to meditate on every single thought that went through my head, I think I would literally never exist again. I have so many thoughts. The worst part is when they overlap and you end up with like trying to think about two things at once, which isn't really when like you can do it, or at least I can do it, but like only one gets kind of like the primary like voice, like, you know, when you think like you have like a words in your head. You can actively think words in your head, but you can only really do one set, like, yeah, internal monologue at a time. But so when I've got like multiple things going through, so yeah, some people don't have it. I'm assuming it's kind of like my aphantasia, where I can't think of images. Some people can't think of words. I can't think of images. I don't think it's that weird, but I do imagine it being quite hard not thinking in words. But I kind of get it. But yeah, having multiple trains of thought at once. Confusing. And then you try and switch focus. You were describing how it felt, though? My internal monologue is just me pretending I'm making an informative YouTube video. You are so valid for that. I think that's a good way. I think that's a good way to kind of think of it, like to try and like focus your brain into thinking, like in a consistent focus, maybe. I don't know. My thoughts are so much. Sometimes they're so loud. And literally, sometimes they're so overwhelming that they feel like they're deafening me, because there's just so much going on in my head, which is annoying to say the least. My way of framing my internal thoughts is very yabbit, huh? A lot of the time, the major minor thought disparity causes an issue for me when I'm in an argument. Oh god. Yeah, I can imagine. I got 1 hour analysis of RuneScape 3 in my head to go over whenever I need to sleep. That's good. I love that, actually. That's great. When I threw it down, I was talking about 4 things with the person I was talking to even know about in at least 3 potential timelines. See, for me, I can't really remember the last time I argued with someone. But whenever I'm like thinking about how conversations could go, they always do branch off in like 7 different directions. But I don't really argue with people. I'm not a very argumentative person, and like whenever I feel an emotion like particularly strongly, like whether it's anger or like upset or anything like that, my head will just go blank and I'll start crying. But like not weeping, but just like my eyes will just decide to activate tears. Like I'll be standing there with a perfectly normal expression, and then my face will just be like wet. I remember actually it was really awkward. When I was in college, when I went for the second time, I remember the teacher pulling me aside and being like, "Hey, I need to tell you about the fact that we're raising the price on, you know, your course. Your course is going to cost 5 times the amount." And I was just stood there with like a completely straight face, like just nodding, like, okay, I understand. But my eyes just absolutely went full waterworks. I was like, I'm fine, just ignore the crying, I'm fine. I can't control it. I shall to avoid my start an argument for fun routines with you then. I feel like I don't respond very well to when people try and start arguments with me though. I don't know. I feel like I feel like I can have disagreements with people, but I feel like I don't really end up in an argument, so to speak. I don't know. Maybe it's just a matter of perspective. I wish to harm your enemies. I don't have any enemies anymore. I mean, not that I know of. Maybe some people hate me, but that's their problem. Have you been in any anonymous arguments lately? No. I don't really go anywhere anymore that has like anonymous stuff. And no one's in my Tumblr ask box trying to start arguments with me anonymously, so no. Rat Pally Stinky. I see this is... The thing is, I don't feel like I'm ever like, no, listen, actually, Rat Pally is the best, here's my reasons why, and you should know I'm right. Do people... You would be surprised. You would... Yeah, they do. Anonymous Asks is an interesting war zone. It's a shame, but it's understandable. Anon-hate used to be a thing where most people are looking for attention. I said it in my introduction to Tumblr, my introduction to Tumblr stream, and I'll say it again. If you are going to send me hate, if you are going to send me a death threat, do it to my face. Don't do it on Anon. If you're gonna do it on Anon, you're being a little bitch about it. Tell me you want to kill me to my face, and then I can I'll just block you. Can you imagine how passive aggressive those? You should see the death threats on Tumblr. They're so creative. They never just say like you should die. They're always like so convoluted. I got exactly 1 anon-hate ever over the course of 3 to 4 years I spot on the hell site. I don't think I ever got any actual serious anon-hate, and if I did, then I completely forgot about it. So you on YouTube? Oh my god, so I love a hate comment as a joke and 3 kids. Oh, don't reply to YouTube videos you don't like, because then the algorithm will be like, oh, you want to see more? You liked it? More? YouTube comments are a dangerous place. Except, okay, don't tempt fate. Every time I post a YouTube short, the fear of God enters me. That most recent one I posted about the Oshis, about if you have a side Oshi, like, I was so worried that someone was gonna try and eviscerate me in the comments. I had no context for what the drama was. The car made low effort React content. They really do. And keep clicking do not recommend, not interested, they keep showing up. You need to fill your YouTube algorithm with other stuff. Right now, my recommended, let's go have a look. My recommended is I am absolutely right. However, I do think what is it? Daremono daisuki? I think it's something like that. If you have like no oshi and you just love everyone, I think that's a valid thing. But I think saying you have 2 oshis is morally incorrect. my full nuanced take on oshis is you should only have 1 oshi. And then you can have a lot of favorites, though. I think you can have a lot of favorites. You can have a lot of people you want to support. I think Oshi Hen, you cover. Yeah, my recommendations is so much Millie. I have some Hololive clips because I was watching some stuff of the new Regloss girls. Yeah. Still chose those who have made any decision at the bottom of the barrel. No, I think it's okay to not have an oshi. If you don't wanna, I feel like deciding, like finalizing, being like this one's my oshi or these ones are my oshi. Like, I guess it's like I feel like that's quite a weighty decision. Yeah, I think choosing someone as your oshi should be something that you take seriously, because then I think oshi henning, changing oshi, I think if your oshi has graduated or things have changed so much that they are no longer the person they were, or you are no longer the person you were when you made them your oshi, then I think it's acceptable. But when there are people that are like, oh yeah, I have a new oshi this week, oh, but I'm probably going to drop them in a month, I'm probably going to have a new oshi like in a month or so, I'm like, they're not your oshi. You're having brief, you know, phases of really liking a VTuber, and that's okay. You can do that. You can have phases of enjoying a certain VTuber. Just don't call them your oshi. They're not your oshi. I mean, thank you for choosing me to be your oshi if I am your oshi. That is because I do kind of feel like it is a big deal. It does mean quite a lot to me when people say I am their oshi. And I will do my best to continue being the kind of streamer that is deserving of being called someone's oshi. Yeah. But yeah, no, that's my... What do you call your oshi's oshi? Your grand oshi? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. After all, I don't know who my oshi's oshi was. In fact, actually, I still even think that I'm not even sure Kason has said if she even has an oshi. Never mind, Coco. Like, obviously Coco looked up to her senpais, Paisen, but clearly isn't. Nyana's isn't even in V Shoujo anymore. Yeah, I don't know. Unsure. I'm still... The only thing I don't have an opinion of in terms of oshi stuff is the distinction between an oshi and a kami oshi. So obviously kami means god. So I don't really know the nuances of that. So I don't count myself as having a kami oshi. But when people do talk about it, I just kind of nod because I don't fully understand the nuances. Pink out. Oh dear. I saw it, even though you deleted it. I have no beef with any of the current V shoujos or any of or the vast majority of the X V shoujos. I'm Pink Cat Tolerator. Oh yeah, she's dating, who is it? Aethel something. I don't know. I don't pay attention to the bigger streamers. I don't know. I get a little bit Minhera when I look at like super big streamers, which is weird because like I'm going back to the before, like what we're talking about before with my brain, but like I really struggle like trying to work out like, am I aiming to be a big streamer? Am I jealous of 4 views and people and like the people who've really made it because I want to be that, or is it something else? I don't know. Am I actually jealous, or is it just kind of brain worms? I don't know. I don't mind as long as they're funny. What does that even mean? Okay, my take on tubers with boyfriends. I don't care. I don't care if a VTuber has a boyfriend or if a VTuber has a girlfriend, whatever. But I hate collabs. I hate collabs, so I don't want them streaming together. I don't want to. It annoys me. I don't like collabs. I don't like watching collabs. I don't. So feel free to date someone if you want to, but I don't wanna watch a stream where you're both there. Not because I hate either of you, but just because I don't want to watch a collab. That's it. Streaming create weird social. Don't think there's a good answer. Yeah. It's a bad taste in men, so often they bring their mates and have them. They're fun, funny, and cringe. Oh, okay. I thought Aethel was another big streamer though, right? I've never watched him. I don't know anything about him, other than he exists. I like clubs as long as they're funny and feel natural and don't have grating voices. I feel like trap lots of new fear of quiet or social, so they bring their friends in or any other. Yeah. I mean, I will say, I was guilty of that near the beginning. I used to have Havoc in a lot of my streams near the beginning, because I just wouldn't know what to do or say, or like I had a very slow chat. Like obviously I just started. Havoc is not particular to this case. No, Havoc is lovely. Havoc is lovely, but I definitely fell into the trap of thinking of needing another person just so that I could not have dead air for minutes and minutes and minutes on end. It was kind of weird in a way. Obviously I didn't talk about it much actually when I had Havoc on stream with me for the cover release. But it was very weird, the fact that I had Havoc on stream again, because it had been literally so long since I had Havoc on stream, despite the fact that we used to sit together and stream a lot. Havoc was mostly just there for like background comments a lot of the time. I remember they were there for my first super long stream, which was 17 hours. And when I was delirious playing Getting Over It at 5 AM, they were just kind of there like, you good? And I'm like, yeah, actually. I was very zen. I need to play Getting Over It again. Getting Over It is a zen experience. I love Getting Over It. But yeah. My feelings on collabs are weird. Like, I don't mind doing them, but I'm picky about them. Not because not because I hate collabs or anything, or I don't think I get along with other people, but just because, like, I worry I worry a lot. That's a tagline of my life. I worry a lot. Yeah, I think the Spike collab worked because we both were a fan of Burnout. We both have common ground in racing games and stuff, and, you know, quote unquote British bants, so to speak. I never want to do a collab because I want to talk to the other person. This is my way of wording it. I never want to do a collab because I want to engage with another person. I want to do a collab because I think it will be entertaining for viewers. Because I think it will be engaging and interesting and fun to watch. That's the reason. That's the reason why I would want to collab. Is there a reason you never post about your collabs or put them in your schedule? Well, I didn't do collabs on my channel for like a very long time. So my schedules were for my channel, for what was happening on the twitch.tv/PurityValentine channel. But I didn't really do collabs on my channel for a very, very long time. I can probably go for, like, I can probably find like an old one that does have a collab written on it. Hold on. I keep all my schedule images over the years. E-Drive. Is that the reason? Because they're not on my channel. Yeah. When's the Daphne collab? I think Daphne's sick at the moment. I have collabed with her before though. We played Overcooked together. I think there's still clips of it on my channel somewhere. Alright, where is... Sorry, you can probably hear the clicking. So, when was the last time I had a collab and I wrote about it on my channel? Funny hee hee tee hee comments. Wait, what was that? Oh, very tiny text. Okay, I think I saw that but forgot. It was a long time ago now. Most of the quote-unquote collabs I've done have actually just been like me doing like community games that people could like join in, and some of those did also like include a form of like a VC. Well, that was my 2-year anniversary, so it's been over a year. Travel test, couture, being very sleepy. World of Warcraft, oh god, that was probably at that time. They are fun. I love community games. I need to do those 2 redeems I have sitting on my queue in Twitch, which are the community chest and the King of the Castle. I mean, for a while I used to do community games every Monday, but then I started feeling like I was running out of games. Okay. Oh yeah, I remember I had a period of time in April 2022 where I just, like, every single time I tried to stream on a Sunday, something would go wrong, and so eventually I just gave up and wrote, fine, if Sundays are gonna be accursed, I'm just gonna take a break. Where's the last time I did a... did I stream that on mine? Did I stream that on my channel? No, I don't think I did. Yeah, okay, I tell a lie. I don't think I've done a collab since I got this schedule, which very specifically has a screen for collabs. Not on this version of OBS, so I can't go and show it, but God, okay. But yeah, no, I used to do collabs like super often on my channel, and I used to actually wait, hold on, are they gonna be in a different folder? The old schedules that were hard to read. Oh, gee, okay, one of the last... Wait, is this written right? Have I done this in... Oh no, there's no year specified. So this is probably actually... Okay, no idea. Don't know what year these were in. Yeah, there we go. Here's a random schedule from January the 3rd. Probably 2021? January... Yeah, here we go. Oh Jesus, that's a big image. This is a schedule from January the 3rd, 2021. This is why no one used to watch me. Genshin Impact. And then for a while, yeah, so I did Code Vein with Rai on Mondays for a little while. It all makes it, yeah. How'd you do that? I don't know. Well, someone else made it. I didn't make the schedule. Yeah, graphic by Oni Pilot. You had such good taste. But yeah, I did 2 collabs that week with other members of Sia Shalane. Rai is the only one with a purity Dakimakura. That's because he's an artist and live 2D rigger, so he can do whatever he wants with, like, he can just make things so immediately. Oh yeah, some of you have been getting spoilers actually on Rise streams recently. And I'll let the people who come to these streams also know. I have a new hairstyle and outfit currently being rigged by Rai, and the outfit specifically is for reading streams because it's cozy. So that is something to look forward to. I've been waiting for a little while, but I don't know when it's going to be finished. I think Rai discovered that some things didn't quite work with multiple outfits and is having to re-rig stuff, and I'm so apologetic for it. But yeah, new stuff. Also, what do you mean make certain things ... Actually, I don't want to know. I take it back. I'm good. Huh? Our numbers! I cannot elaborate in present company. Okay, you know what? You know what? Don't elaborate. Numbers! One cat to another raid. Hello numbers. Hello Lady J. Hello YouTube raid. So, redirect. Hello Winder. Hello. Greetings. Wow. It's funny to see you guys over here on the Red website. How you doing? How did the rest of coding go? Obviously, I had to disappear. But I hope you had a good rest of your coding and that your brain is not completely fried. I made a chainsaw guy. You know what? That's absolutely baller as hell. So you have my full support. Also, hello, Dr. Diablo. Hello, greetings, everyone. If you do not know me, hello, my name is Purity Valentine. I am a cozy cat, question mark. Numbers, yeah, I saw the redeem to make numbers shade moon inverse. Are you, I want to know how Cozy cat question mark. Yeah, so I am cozy, but I might not be a cat. Unlike Numbers, so Numbers is a completely normal cat. I am not. I do claim I do look like a cat, but I am honest about the fact that I'm actually not a cat. I just appear as one. It is a disguise. It is a secret. It is a secret what my true form is. But yeah, hello, greetings everyone. We were just reading, well, like an hour ago we were reading 1984. Are you one of the old... Oh, that is such a common... Oh, no, I'm not an eldritch. I'm not an eldritch beast, an eldritch god, an eldritch... No. I get mistaken for eldritch all the time though. It happens so often. Like... Pain. You're an honorary. I give you a cat pass. Thank you. Thank you for the cat pass. Multi-cat pass. Yeah, I'm cat adjacent. Oh, the cat is no. I'm made out of question mark materials, which are not lethal to humans. I am actually safe to pet. However, if you try and bite me, I will kill you. But just in normal violence ways, not in like you will disintegrate ways. Petting almost approved. Yeah, pet. You can head pet. Just we need to make a numbers out of your question mark materials. Redeem second eye patch. I don't have a second eye patch. I can take the eye patch off, but that's all. But no, it's okay, because I, as a cat question mark, I do have the ability, it has been proven, that I can pet numbers without disintegrating. So don't worry, whenever I do rarely get that opportunity, I will pass everyone's intended patting along with me. Compatible cat particles, yeah, real. Because I'm not a human. I'm a thing. Is it possible to learn this power? No. Hugs. Is it possible to learn? Period is maybe. Don't mess up my hair though. Say so version. What do you mean, say-so version? What was the unsay-so version? Is it possible to make gloves out of your question mark materials? I guess you could, like, cut my hair and then, like, try and use it as like weave it into a fabric, I guess? I wouldn't really recommend it, though. Period. No. Don't try and make clothing out of me. Don't. You just said something really creepy by. Wait, did I? Wait, oh, wait, what did I say? Wait, no, don't tell me. Don't tell me. I don't know what I said. I don't know what I did. Do you have a second? No, I don't. Hold on. If I shake my head enough, you can see I don't have human ears. I only have one pair of ears on the top of my head. Rubbing off on me. You beg the truth. Do not. But no, I only have one pair of ears. These ones. I kind of have. You see these little like these bits of hair that kind of stick out a little bit? Are you told them? Numbers doesn't have a defined height. Hold on. Let me go find my drawing I made of me and Numbers. Because I think I made Numbers taller than me. I'm not very tall. Yeah, I made Numbers taller than me. I think it was because... I did it based off something. Yeah, me 71.9. Yeah, I think that was it. I think that was it. It makes me very happy and very excited to bring it up. I love this picture. I love this picture. I made numbers into an idol. Oh god, this is now spoilers. I turned numbers into an idol. But yeah, I made numbers taller than me. Because I'm canonically 5 foot 4? 3? 4? God, I don't even remember. I don't even remember my own height. Idol numbers. When are you becoming a Vocaloid? Numbers, when are you becoming a Vocaloid? Havoc's side very small. Havoc specifically shapeshifted to be 1 inch taller than me. I don't know. Really? I used to make. I had an utao when I was a teenager. I could technically teach you how to make an utao. It's quite a process though. It's a little laborious, and I guess that my method is now outdated by about 15 years. So I don't know what the current method is. But no, Havoc is 1 inch taller than me because they can just shapeshift, so they just decided they needed to be 1 inch taller than me. That's the only reason they're taller than me. I will fight them about it. I have fought them about it. Will we ever get a modern Puri Vocaloid? Oh god, it was literally so much effort to make a Vocaloid when I was younger. I'm not sure. If someone could do all the like auto-ini stuff for me, like they just told me like the sound samples to make, then yes. But if I have to do all the auto-inying and mastering and cutting and clipping and everything myself, no, I don't think I'm strong enough to do it again. Will you turn evil if your hog is cut off? No. I will turn evil, however, if... Hold on. Hup. If both of my eyes look like this one, then yes. I'm evil. I'm evil then. But that's only happened, like, once. Pretending to make a Vocaloid just to get Puri to send you... Do you want an hour of me just going ah, e, o, u, ka, ke? Because that's all that is. That's all recording for an utao is. You and Numbers having matching eyeballs? We kind of do. I remember when I first found Numbers. I was a little bit worried for a bit because it was like, wow, we really are. We have like a lot of similarities actually. But it's all a coincidence because neither of us knew of each other, and we both actually started kind of like not that distant from each other. Numbers started streaming just a bit before me because obviously my 3-year anniversary is next week, while Numbers has already had theirs. We do be the same person, sometimes we do. I think it's funny. I think it's entertaining. Have you ever considered divorcing Numbers and marrying Tail instead? I mean, given that my marriage to Numbers is only sort of imaginary anyway. No. I like Tail though. I do like Tail. I think Tail has understandable motives and morals. I'm a big fan of the 7192 lore, even if I'm not very good at keeping up with stuff. Yeah, it's back to music for better or for worse. Just gotta get you on a solo respite. Well, I do have Gary's mod now. I actually wanted... There was a community respite. There was a community respite that happened not that long ago. And I had Gary's mod all installed and ready to go. And then my insomnia kicked my ass and I was asleep. Death. I've never played Gary's mod. I've never played Gary's mod in my entire life though. I've got no idea what you do. The only source... Is it Source? The only Source games I've ever played are Portal. I think I played Half-Life 2, like, for an hour. You can make... You can... But, no, I'm not installing Overwatch. I'm not installing Overwatch. It's good. Wait, what happened? Wait, what happened? There'll be more... Yeah. One day I will join in on one of them. For sure. We can... Yeah! I'd be down for that. I have no ideas. Just so you're aware. Just so you're aware that I had 0 ideas, but... Got salty because he got hit by a truck. Wait. Does Pluvium just have an ongoing feud with vehicles in the community? I thought there was already some kind of issue with some sort of vehicle. It's like Circuit, do you take me for someone who has played Roblox? I've never played Roblox. I'm 26 years old. Why would I have played Roblox? Yeah, that was the delete my character moment. What? Yeah, yeah, the tanks. I remember now. I haven't played. Yeah, no. Roblox is. I just chose a sentence order. Okay, that's fair. You know what? I respect that. Wanted to kill a tank, but the I see. It all makes sense. Roblox came out 17 years ago. I was... Wait, what's 29? I was 9? What was I playing when I was 9? I was playing online games. I was playing on like Egg 2 and Antcon and Stepmania on the keyboard and any free online MMO that I could possibly download. I think by 9 my RuneScape account had been hacked, so I had stopped playing RuneScape at that time. So yeah, I think I was in my Flash games. Hugs? Hugs? I don't want to know. I'm good. That website was definitely had games. It had games. Have you tried any new good food outside of your comfort zone? Have I tried any new food recently? No. I haven't. Have I? No, I haven't. I haven't gone outside my comfort zone at all recently. Wasn't there thought in the end it was just a vehicle physics playing physics? I do regret deleting my oh god. Oh dear. I know of it secondhand. I've been told about those. Yeah, by Havoc. Yeah, by Havoc. I wasn't gonna say, but it's kind of obvious. If I know about a say-sound game, it's usually because Havoc told me about it. Yes, no. Newgrounds was not my field for games. Antcon was for a really long time. I think Antcon is still up as well, but I think most of it doesn't work. I never got into... You're gonna have to get someone else to explain this one to you. I can't bring myself to... I can't bring myself to do it. Especially since all my knowledge is secondhand anyway, so it's not even like necessarily reliable or correct, but it's enough for me. Those for the real ones. I remember a Flash series involving evil piggies. I don't know. No, and so hold on, I'm pretty sure Antcon is still up. You just can't play most of the games because obviously, you know, Flash died years ago. Yeah, Antcon is still there. That was Angry Birds? Wait, what? What did I used to play? What did I used to play on here? Oh yeah, I used to play on X-Gen Studios. I loved Motherload. Motherload, absolutely great game. Love Motherload. Absolute goat game. Still kind of upset that Motherload, Super Motherload were they the stick? No. Stick RPG was the stick figure people. Motherload was you had a little digging, tunneling ship thing, and you had to like dig into the earth, or Mars, I think it was Mars actually, and like collect ores, and then take them up, and then sell them, and then buy fuel, and then buy upgrades, and then dig further down, and as you got further down, you know, there were more precious materials, and then if you got all the way down to the bottom, Mr. Natus, your boss, the one who sent you to Mars, was there, but he was Satan. He was the devil, and you had to kill him. And then you got to do it all over again. I've seen Dome Keeper. I want Dome Keeper. I really want Dome Keeper actually. I feel like it will really satisfy that itch. I've seen there's a guy on YouTube who plays a lot of games that kind of fit into that niche. Is it? I don't know. A lot of games that I think I would enjoy, and so I've seen him playing it. I'm like, they're gonna wait co-op, really? Wait, that sounds kind of great actually. Although I feel like they're gonna have to make the ground like bigger. Who is the Puri approved Let's Player? Hold on, what's his name? Is it like a real civil engineer or something? That is the wrong YouTube. Why do I have so many YouTubes? Subscriptions. Yeah, real civil engineer. He's British, and I don't see his face. He's not a VTuber, but everyone's seen that new with the elf. No, I can't say I have, but I didn't go there, so. Also, hello, Para. Still awake at this time. Go to bed. Yeah, real civil engineer. I think that's like the only Let's Player I still follow on YouTube. Yeah, because I know I unsubscribed to all of the RuneScape ones I was following because I got bored. I don't know, I still follow a couple of them. I'm sleeping right now, what do you mean? Oh, okay, well, please continue streaming. Sleeping, not streaming. Don't stream. Don't stream right now. But yeah, he's played a bunch of games that I've ended up adding to my wish list, actually. Become Tuber. Parrot already has streamed in the past. I remember him watching him play that one Star Wars game where, like, you have, like, a battlefield and you can, like, you can play as, like, some of the canon characters, and then, like, whoever gets it first gets like dibs on it. Setting up no, Para, stop it. God damn it. Battlefront, yeah, that's it, Battlefront. Yeah, I forgot Battlefront exists. Wait, Battlefield? No, I thought it was Battlefront. But yeah, so other games that Real Civil Engineer played that I then added to my wish list. To the Core. I think Pile Up was another one. Ship Graveyard Simulator 2. Oh god, I want that so bad actually. Dome Keeper. But it is the second one. Yeah, the original one's like... Were the servers taken down? I don't remember. The Wandering Village, that was another one. My brand. There's so many games I want to play. I love adding games to my backlog and then never playing anything new. So yes, you cannot erase the streams that have already been done. That's good too. I never played it myself. I have seen other people play it, but I'm not really... Does it count as an FPS? It's kind of an FPS, even though like it's got a lot of melee because of the lightsabers. I don't really play FPSs and like PvP games like that. I think... Well, I feel like you should be maybe apologizing to yourself more. Because, I mean, I don't mind. You can be, but I feel like it's not a good decision in the long term for yourself. Play Fortnite? No. No. Because that would require me downloading the Epic Game Store, so bleh. If I was going to download the Epic Game Store, I would have already done it because of all the free games, but I have not. When are you gonna read? I already read. I already finished reading. Yeah, rewind. Go back to about 10 minutes into stream. There you go. There's the reading. The Epic Game Store really is the worst, but yeah, it is, genuinely. I don't think I would even technically mind it that much anymore because read 5 more chapters? No. When is the joke? Never. Next question. But yeah, after they removed like the building stuff from Fortnite, I genuinely think that Fortnite would not be that bad, but I'm not willing to put the Epic Game Store on my PC. I'm not willing to. I already hate having, when I have to have like the Origin or the EA launch or whatever it is now. I don't technically like having the Battle.net launcher. I don't... Does Rockstar have its own? I think Rockstar has its own launcher now, which is freaking stupid. I don't like it. I don't like having a million different launchers. Fortnite's a fun game to play once ever, like 5 months, because they did a bunch of nonsense again. You walk around confused by it all. Do they still do concerts in Fortnite? I need to download... Oh god, PUBG. Now that's a game I haven't heard anything about in years. enjoy before. Yeah, it does seem like it's just a fun, like, silly game. Like, it's not something to take too seriously. Although obviously some people do take it like super seriously. I guess when I bought 500 oh, I understand, but also good lord, and I hope you got some good pulls. I actually this is stupid. So, after I was coming home yesterday, after visiting the beach with my mum, we were like, oh, we need to grab dinner. And so we were like, you know, we already went, like, out and, like, you know, ate food. And we'll just grab a McDonald's. And right now, in the UK, in England, the Happy Meal, what you get with a Happy Meal in England right now is you get a little booster pack of four Pokemon cards. And I was like staring at the display with like the cards in it, like, man, it's almost tempting to get a Happy Meal just for the Pokemon cards. And then one of the staff members came over to me and she was like, oh, someone left these behind. If you want them, like, we just have loads of them, so I just save them for anyone who looks at the display and is interested. And so I have 4 little Pokemon cards that I just got from McDonald's now. What? Yeah, I was really happy. She was like, oh yeah, I just saved them, just put a smile on someone's face. I'm like, well, you have succeeded. Thank you so much. Was the weather acceptable on the beach? No. No. It was so windy and so rainy. Like, to the point that if you were facing into the wind, the rain was hitting you so hard it stung. Like, that's how bad the weather was. But, you know, I'm British. I can take a bit of rain. I can take a bit of wind. Should have got a... What? No. What? What? I had to buy them. Yeah, but don't worry. Most of my Pokemon cards are also bought. I haven't bought any Pokemon cards in ages, though, because I spend money on being a streamer now. The legends are... Oh, yeah. Absolutely. No, the legends were 100% true. Rainy, windy, miserable. Sun, don't know what that is. It's all true. It's all true. I need to show my Pokemon collection now. Show me any good cards you got. Put them in around the fireplace in the Discord. I want to see the epic cards you got. And then be incredibly jealous of you and threaten to steal them from you, because that's just how I am as a person. Anyway, it is actually 4 AM. I streamed for an extra hour. We really read one chapter of a book and then I just spoke. This is what I mean. This is what I mean when I said earlier that starting stream could be difficult, but then once I stream, I just can't frickin' stop streaming. Help! Heard this myth about British people say water. Yeah, British people do say water. That is a word British people say. Correct. What were you reading? The very cheerful novel that is 1984 by George Orwell. Purity and Joy is winning so hard right now. Well, I'm glad I can give you some winning. The British have discovered water, or is this lost? So actually, the reason I chose 1984, I know I said I was going to start writing down, but I've got more to say. The reason I chose 1984 to read was because I read a book called The Travelling Cat Chronicles. Quite a while ago. It was one of the first books I read on stream. And then I posted the VOD, all the VODs together, with just like the reading on YouTube. And then someone commented, like, hey, I've got to read this book for class, so I really like to like listen to you read it while I do other stuff. and you know, I get my classwork done, and I'm like, oh my god, I had no idea this was a book people had like read for school. And then I went on a rabbit hole. I was like, all right, I'm gonna look up more books that people have to read for school. Audiobooks by Purity, real. Also read Brave. I don't think I've heard of that one. Brave New World. Also, wait, what am I waiting for? Also, what do you mean the accent sounds a little ... What does that mean? You read to them? Yeah, so if you... I know that most of this pod has been me chatting, but what I do is every week I read another chapter of a book. And the current book is 1984, but we've read Alice in Wonderland, we've read a book called Magic, we've read a book called The Travelling Cat Chronicles. The only book I remember from school, the ones I remember were To Kill a Mockingbird, Of Mice and Men, The Woman in Black, Romeo and Juliet. Well, that's a play, not a book, so, you know. Those are all the ones I can remember off the top of my head. It's like, oh, Lord of the Flies, that's another one. That's another one I read. Oh, yeah, I'm calling a communicate. Wait. That's fine. No, I mean, it could be me getting confused. It's 4 AM for me right now, so my lucidness is probably not at an all-time high. Purity. It's 11 PM right now for me. Yeah, you should be sleeping. I say at 4 AM. You should be sleeping. Me? Nah. Although actually I should. I have more stuff to do for next week. Jesus. I'm not prepared. I'm not prepared. Oh! No, don't worry. We've already had, I said tube while reading, as in the London tube. So we've already had the accent discussion today. So no, you're good, don't worry. Yeah, you can probably tell, I do have a British accent, but I'm missing like a lot of the very stereotypical stuff, like pronouncing T's as ch's and like missing my T's and stuff like that. I don't know, I just have a different British accent. Military. But if I don't attach it to a weird slight against the British, it'll be weird. I see. Okay, understandable. I was gonna do something, but I've just been chatting here. I'm so sorry, Circuit. If you need to go take care of something, please do. Military. My favorite fucked up British word. Hold on. I need to spell it first. Because if I say it, you might not necessarily know what I'm talking about. I'm asking if your story took place in your past or during a stream. Oh wait, which story? Which story? I'm super myself. Thank you, Pluve. But yeah, in my opinion, the weirdest English word that absolutely I always feel like I'm pronouncing reading the book that was required reading. Oh yeah, no, that was back when I was in school. That was over a decade ago. Unless you mean the person who... There was someone who commented on one of my videos since I became a streamer, talking about how the book I read was a required reading for them. Rare called me... You know, if you have a preference for me calling you something, please do tell me. Like, I remember Blue Rats. Apparently they specifically changed their name for a while to Azure Rats because they liked the way I said Azure. And then when they changed it to Azure the second time, I just never called them it. I just kept on calling them Cyan Rats. And then they were like, you don't even call me Azure. And I'm like, oh, sorry. I can call you that if you want. If you want me to call you Azure Rats, I guess. Was that an unbelievably nice thing to do? What, the reading or the comment? I like reading. I've been doing these reading streams for a while now. I enjoy them. I think it's been no, it can't have been 2 years. Has it? Maybe it has. Maybe it has been 2 years. Wild. But yeah, the weirdest word is this one. This always, the middle, yeah. Also, if you look at the, is it working? Oh, I don't think it's using the right mic. Okay, I'll need to adjust that. The hearts, also the glow changes when I talk, when I'm using my other mic. So I believe Americans pronounce it lieutenant. However, to say it correctly in British English, it is actually lieutenant. Where does the F come from? I don't know. I don't know where the F comes from. It makes no sense to me. But it's lieutenant in British English. Riddle me that one. That's the only British word I will genuinely concede and say, yeah, I don't know what we were thinking. I don't know what we were thinking about that one. Is that the one? I don't know. I'm unsure. I feel like I did used to know, but I've forgotten. What about lieutenant? Anyway, I should actually end stream because I have been streaming for 2 hours when I normally only stream for an hour at this time. Because that's also true. That's also, I mean, that's probably not the reason why it said lieutenant, but you know what? There would have been too many jokes about that. This isn't a no. But it is 4 AM. I am going to go to bed because I still have a lot of stuff to do in preparation. For those of you who don't know, it's my 3-year anniversary next Wednesday, and I'm gonna be trying to become an idol and doing a concert. I'm very nervous about it, and not all my technology is cooperating with me. But I will be attempting. How well it goes, I got no idea. Actually, thank you, Numbers. But here's the Twitter post, I guess, on Twitch. Twitch is my primary platform. YouTube is still a threatening wasteland to me that I don't understand because it is a lot more complicated than Twitch. But yeah, I would be happy if anyone could turn up, or if you miss it, don't worry, I will actually be uploading the cut down version of the concert on YouTube. So if you only watch YouTube stuff, then it will be here too, just a while after. Yeah, Kickstream when? Never. It would be a kick to my dignity. Kick, I didn't even mean that. They emailed me back before like everyone moved to them, like, oh my god, Purity Valentine, please move to our platform. You know, we will put you on the front page and we'll help you grow. And I ignored them completely. I ignored all the emails. They sent me like 3 emails going, just checking, like, did you get our email of us asking you to try kick? And I just was like, anyway, lost the 100 million bag. maybe 100 million in crypto to immediately lose all its worth, maybe. I think it was a scam. I remember I checked Kick afterwards, and the only other VTuber I saw on there was someone pretending to be Gura. I was like, yeah, I gotta be honest with you, I'm not that impressed. Also, hello, Robert. Hello. Sorry, you guys are coming in at the end of stream. You guys are coming in after I finished reading for ages. I remember that. Yeah, that was so stupid. The truth is about me and VTubing platforms. Streaming platforms, is that I would never move somewhere that has no VTubers, because a lot of the time the kind of people who watch FleshTubers are not really the type of people who like VTubers, and they can be a little aggressive. So I like to be where the mass majority of VTubers are, just for safety's sake. They can't break the monopoly, so just say the same. Kit had other problems. Has it? I think Dexter had the fact that it was a VTuber. Yeah, doesn't surprise me. Like when Iron Mouse won like the best VTuber of the Year awards, I still remember all the comments being like, "Oh my god, what is this? Why isn't AI won the?" And it's like, she literally won the VTuber award. She didn't take it from any flesh and blood VTuber, flesh and blood streamer. Like what are you going on about? Who is Iron Mouse? I think she's the biggest VTuber on Twitch. She was indie for a really long time, but she is a pink and purple demon angel mouse. But yeah, she's very big on Twitch. The biggest non-VTuber streamers are their own, but well, they are. I thought Purity was a bit... maybe the biggest VTuber in my house. I don't know why some people started hating her. I've always done relate to Mousy in the better. I respect the fact that Iron Mouse has been doing this for like forever now. I have a lot of respect for Mousy, but I don't know her, obviously. I like how she has fun switching models regularly because she can. Yeah. It's the kind of thing that like sometimes it makes me want to like wish I was able to do the same, but also I love my model, so most streamers are in some kind of bubble. This is also true. Raising 2,000 for a better bed. Oh my gosh. I didn't know about VTubers until a week before I became a VTuber, because I didn't become a VTuber because of VTubers. I became a VTuber because of the program Live 2D Cubism. I'd seen like one clip of Pikami before, and Kizuna Ai. But back when I watched Kizuna Ai, like that was back like before the idea of someone just being a VTuber was achievable. As non-canon height might be the big... Became a VTuber because of Mousy and other VTubers? Yeah, I have a very weird origin story where I did not become a VTuber because of VTubers. I was not inspired to become a VTuber by any person. I found people that inspired me once I started becoming a VTuber, but before that I did not. I watched Kizuna Ai when she started. Yeah, I loved Kizuna Ai's stuff. I wish I'd gotten into indie VTuber instead of sticking for Hololive for like a year. I can see why but obviously I can't fully understand because, you know, I was never a viewer. I was never a viewer. First line of YouTube is via Twitter showing me Sakura make. Oh god, not that one clip. Not that one. I didn't realise they were VTubers at the time. But my first clip of live 2D VTubers I saw was Pikami and Tomoshika playing Minecraft, and it was the "Let's cue the hoe" clip, and Pikami doing her kettle laugh. They're rare and powerful people, indeed, and also an endangered species. PNG tubers, yeah. Like, there is the argument that, like, rant sonas are technically PNG tubers, but nah, who knows? The lines are blurry. Either way, I'm glad I'm a VTuber now. GTA also introduced me by Komi and Natsume Moe. Oh my gosh. My first exposure to Hololive being the Scatman. That's a good one. That's a good one to get introduced to Hololive with. I just watched Mitty, then Tato, then Puri, then I transformed into a weeb. I appreciate all the people that came from Ezzy, that came to watch me from day one. Also, people that streamed without showing their face. Okay, those aren't VTubers. If they don't even have like an icon, then that's not a VTuber. They need to have a virtual persona. Should get ready for. I should. Okay, stop, guys. Oh my god, why are you good? Stop engaging me in conversation and giving me interesting topics to talk about. God. Stay awake. No, I need to sleep. Someone watching day one needs some serendipity? Wait, I don't know what that is. I'm not gonna. I need to sleep. I have to prepare for my concert next week. Stop engaging me in conversation. It's very appreciated. You are very kind to me, but thank you. Thank you for coming to stream. I can't raid. I don't have redirects. I'm not big enough. YouTube is like. Fuck you. You're tiny. Get out. Get off my website. But yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming to stream. Whether it was for reading, whether it was for the reading or just the chatting, or if you came in with the raid, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. No. I'll be streaming on Twitch next week on Wednesday. I don't know if I might stream other days. We'll see. But yeah, thank you very much for coming. Have a very good night. Sleep well. If you're still studying, I hope it goes well. If you're still at work, I hope it goes without stress and you finish soon. Get something to eat, get something to drink, get some rest, take your meds, pay your bills. Yeah. Good night. Onyasumi. Ask next time. Ask next time. Good night.